You're hustling up at 5 a.m., posting, emailing, grinding harder than anyone you know. But when you check your results, crickets, silence. It's like screaming into a mic that's not even plugged in. You wonder, am I good enough? Is my product valuable? Why does no one care? Here's the truth. The problem isn't your work ethic, your product, or your budget. You're trying to connect with minds, not hearts. You're talking, not telling a story. In today's noisy world, only a real, raw, human story cuts through. Let's unlock the power of your story and use it to finally get the attention you deserve. Back when I was in my early 20s, life felt like a constant balancing act. I was trying to figure out who I was, what I wanted, and how to make a living all at the same time. It was a period filled with both excitement and a healthy dose of anxiety. It wasn't exactly my dream job, but it was honest work, and I was grateful for the opportunity. I learned that day that vulnerability and truth connect people on a much deeper level than perfection ever could. People appreciate honesty, especially when things go wrong. That's the power of a real story, a story that acknowledges flaws and imperfections. People remember how you make them feel, not just the flawless product or service you deliver. They remember your honesty, your integrity, and your willingness to own your mistakes. And that's how true, lasting trust is built, one honest conversation at a time. You're obsessed with tactics, hashtags, post times, subject lines, hoping for a magic formula. But copying tactics without understanding the why just makes you another voice in the noise. People are bombarded with content and have developed marketing blindness. They don't want another pitch. They want something real. My story works because it's human, not because it's a tactic. People do business with those they trust, and trust is built with transparency. Are you sharing tips or are you sharing yourself, your journey, struggles, and lessons? Stop chasing algorithms. Start chasing connection. When you make people feel, they remember and they buy. I can sell you coffee by listing facts, 100% Arabica, Colombian, high quality. But does that move you? Now imagine my grandfather Marco spent 50 years walking Colombian hills, handpicking cherries, pouring his heart into every bean. We honor him in every bag. Suddenly, it's not just coffee, it's legacy, family, passion. Stories transform products into something meaningful. People don't buy features, they buy the why, the story behind the product. A good story bypasses logic and goes straight to the heart. Facts tell, but stories sell. Your story is your most powerful tool, and it's free. Use it. Think you don't have a story? Wrong. Everyone has story seeds, moments of real emotion. You don't need a dramatic event. The most powerful stories are small, honest moments. Fear of failing, pride in overcoming, clarity after confusion. Action step. Write down one moment you felt something deeply. Validation, disappointment, excitement, fear. Don't overthink it. Just jot down the raw memory. Example, launched my website, got 0 visitors, felt like a failure. That's your story seed, the emotional core. We're not after Hollywood drama, just real human moments. Your life is full of them. Start digging. Do it now. So you've got your story seed, that little nugget of an idea that you want to share with the world. That's fantastic. But how do you take that seed and cultivate it into a compelling narrative that truly resonates with your audience? Here's a simple yet powerful framework to turn that seed into a story that connects, engages, and leaves a lasting impression. It's about crafting a narrative that not only captures attention, but also forges a genuine bond with your listeners or viewers. It's called the story circle, a simple, memorable structure that will help you organize your thoughts and deliver your message with clarity and impact. This circle consists of 4 key elements: problem, struggle, shift, and lesson. Each element plays a crucial role in shaping your story and guiding your audience through a transformative experience. Problem. Set the scene. Paint a vivid picture of the initial situation. Where were you? Who was involved? What was the context? What was at stake? What were the potential consequences or rewards? What was the driving force behind your actions? Struggle. What went wrong? What obstacles did you encounter? What challenges did you face along the way. Share the emotion. Don't be afraid to reveal your feelings during this challenging period. Fear, frustration, vulnerability. These emotions are what make your story relatable and human. Shift, the turning point. This is the moment where everything changed. What decision or realization changed everything? What action did you take that led to a different outcome? Lesson. What did you learn? What valuable insight did you gain from this experience? What's the takeaway for your audience? What message do you want them to remember long after you finish telling your story? Example. My truck broke down, problem, struggle, leaving me stranded on the side of the road with no cell service and a looming deadline. I chose honesty with my client about the situation, shift, instead of trying to fabricate an excuse, and learn vulnerability builds trust. Lesson. Don't overcomplicate it. The beauty of this framework lies in its simplicity. Just follow the flow. Let the story unfold naturally, guiding your audience through each stage of the circle. Make it relatable, make it real. Ground your story in authentic experiences and emotions. People connect with your humanity, your struggles, and your triumphs, not your perfection. Embrace your flaws and vulnerability, as they are what make you unique and relatable. Use this framework for every story you tell. Practice it, internalize it, and let it become second nature. That's how you make an impact, by sharing your authentic self and connecting with others on a human level. In the world of business, connection is key. But how do you truly connect with your audience? How do you cut through the noise and make a lasting impact? The answer lies in storytelling. What stories should you tell? What narratives will resonate with your audience and drive them to action? Here are 3 essential stories that every entrepreneur and business owner needs to master. These are the narratives that will help you build trust, establish authority, and ultimately grow your business. 3 essentials: past struggle story. Everyone loves an underdog story. Sharing your past struggles humanizes you and makes you relatable. What challenges have you overcome? What obstacles did you face on your path to success? Don't be afraid to be vulnerable and share the lessons you learned along the way. Your origin, how you overcame a challenge your audience faces. It shows you understand and can guide them. By sharing your origin story, you demonstrate empathy and build a connection with your audience. They'll see that you've been in their shoes and that you have the knowledge and experience to help them overcome their own challenges. Client win story. Nothing is more powerful than social proof. Sharing stories of your client's successes demonstrates the value of your product or service. A customer's transformation. Don't just share numbers. Tell the emotional journey and real world impact. Focus on the human element of the story. How did your product or service change your client's life? What challenges did they overcome? What are they now able to achieve that they couldn't before? Future vision story. People are drawn to visionaries. Sharing your future vision inspires others and motivates them to join your cause. Where you're going. Share your mission and the change you want to create. What impact do you want to make on the world? What problems do you want to solve? By sharing your vision, you attract like-minded individuals who are passionate about the same things you are. Invite people to join your journey. Make them feel like they are part of something bigger than themselves. Action steps. So how do you start crafting these powerful stories? Write your own past struggle, client win, and future vision stories using the story circle. This framework will help you structure your narratives in a way that is engaging and impactful. These aren't just stories, they're assets. They are valuable tools that you can use to connect with your audience, build trust, and grow your business. Use them in your content, sales, and branding. Incorporate them into your website, your social media posts, your sales presentations, and your marketing materials. They build trust, prove your value, and inspire loyalty. When you share your stories, you create a deeper connection with your audience, which leads to increased trust, loyalty, and ultimately sales. Start with these three and you'll stand out. In a crowded marketplace, storytelling is what will set you apart from the competition. Your story is your brand. Biggest mistake? Trying to be the hero. Only sharing wins, hiding the mess. Perfection makes you look fake. Vulnerability makes you relatable. Who do you trust more? The flawless guru or the one who admits mistakes and shares what they learned? Your mess is your message. Don't be afraid to talk about failures, doubts, and setbacks. These aren't weaknesses. They're proof you've been in the trenches. Keep stories simple and focused. Cut the fluff. Be authentic. Use your real voice. People want a guide, not a guru. Be real, be you, and you'll win. You have the keys to your story, the story circle, and the three essential stories. This is how you stop being invisible and start building real connections. But to truly lead, combine your story with smart systems. AI can amplify your message, automate grunt work, and let you focus on connecting. It's not about replacing your humanity. It's about freeing you to be more human. I put together a free ebook, The Ultimate Guide to AI in Digital Marketing, and take your storytelling and your business to the next level. Start now. Tell your story. Win.